Lit. Okay, folks. If you're watching this in the future, just be aware that this was originally done live. So, yeah, you can feel free to skip ahead if you want to. Because, as usual with this stuff, you gotta give me a moment to set everything up and all that. So, we got a nice thumbnail, though, for this one. But, here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna start with my, well, okay, what up? Oh, okay. But, yeah, we're going to start with, oops, some honorable mentions. But, the way I think I'm gonna do it, when we get to the actual top, why did it do that? Okay, that's weird. But when we get to the actual top 10, I'm going to play a short clip of the song. I was thinking about playing the whole thing for each of the top 10, but yeah, I think that'd be a little too much. Deefy Chief! But yeah, I will play a short clip before I announce the name of the song. I guess so you guys can guess, but we're not gonna do that for, because the honorable mentions are, you know. Do I even have? I don't think I have a celebration playlist. No, I don't. Hold up. Let me just make a new one. We've done celebration ones before, but that's whatever. Alright, let me save that real quick. Pimpy pimp. You know. Okay, well, this is taking a while to save, but we'll get to the top 10, and then we'll, you know, play clips of it like I was just saying. Alright, now you gotta give me a moment to open everything up right quick. And we will also make a mention of my. I only did top 5 for just bands in general. But y'all see that sucker like zoom by and then the wolf go by at like 2 FPS? That's crazy. But yeah, if you would like, and you're watching this in the future, just skip ahead. I wanted to do this live so I could do the clip thing. So. It is what it, oh yeah, and I'm going to briefly talk about each song as well, even the honorable mentions. So, just so y'all are aware of the situation. It won't be more than a few seconds per song, probably. Just, you know, a quick backstory or whatever. Alrighty then. Okay, make sure this doesn't come through. Alrighty. Alright. Now I just gotta open. Got the chat open. Now I just gotta open the Google Doc. Because what I basically did is just write down a bunch of the songs I potentially would put in the top 10, and then I went through and, you know, actually did the top 10. So, here's what we're gonna do. Alright. I should probably open a third tab right quick. But, alrighty. So, let me scroll to the bottom. Because we're gonna save the band's top 5 for last after everything. Because I guess that would kind of spoil it. And for the top 10, only one song per band is allowed. So, I mean, I wasn't gonna double down anyway, but for the honorable mentions, I tried to limit it to one per band, but as you'll see, there are a couple which are also in my favorite bands that got more than one, and kind of situational because things change depending on how, you know.
Is that true?
Okay, sucker. Hold up. Let me, away! Away! Alright. Get a little aesthetic going. Whatever. But, alright. Let me... Hold up. Hold up. Yep. Alrighty. Whatever. I was just gonna try and turn that shit off, but... Doesn't matter. Alright. Let's start. Okay, the honorable mentions are not really in any particular order at all. I just kind of, you know, jotted down the entire list, and then I bolded the top 10 and then moved the top 10 away afterward. So, alright, first, we got This Is the End for You, My Friend by Anti-Flag, which... Anti-Flag isn't really the greatest band ever, but that's one of their songs that doesn't absolutely blow, and it's pretty good. We got And So It Went by Pretty Reckless, which is from their newest album, Death by Rock and Roll, which the next one is Standing at the Wall from the same album. Because, yeah, if you see a pattern. And then after that, we have Yonkers by Tyler, the Creator, which relatively recently turned 10 years old. And then apparently that song and Friday by Rebecca Black came out on the same day, but I never fact checked that. After that, we got Troops of Doom by Sepultura. I've never really heard anybody actually say the name of that band, so I just call it Sepultura. Don't know if that's correct. After that, we got Madhouse by Anthrax. You know, you pretty much gotta have at least one song from thrash in the honorable mentions. Speaking of that, we have Sad But True by Metallica, which I'm not really that big of a Metallica fan, but because they've always been my least favorite of the big four, but you know. And after that, we got one of the very few non-metal songs on the list. Well, we had Yonkers, but you know. This one is You Ain't a Killer by Big Pun. I know most people would probably not pick this as his best song, but you know, I personally think it's better than, you know, the famous Slurpin' Spaghetti line that everybody always likes, but not that that's bad. That's a good song as well. Most of his discography is pretty good, especially for being rap. After that, we got Ace of Spades. Rest in peace, Lemmy. It's by Motorhead, if you didn't know. After that, we got Bad Company by Five Finger Death Punch, which I know people call them the Nickelback of metal. Some people don't even call them metal at all, but I enjoy that song and a few of their other tracks as well. After that, we have Pussy Liquor by Rob Zombie, which is from his House of a Thousand Corpses track, or CD. whatever you want to call it. And after this, we have In Bloom by Nirvana. I know it's basically a normie pick for the best Nirvana song, but at least it's not, the one I'm not going to mention because everybody probably does. After that, we have Walk by Pantera, and then Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth. I mean, those are your basic thrash. And then, yeah, I do think Walk is Pantera's best song. And speaking of the big four, we have War Ensemble by Slayer. That's my personal favorite Slayer song. Then we have We Are the Truth by Mushroomhead, which I don't really listen to Mushroomhead at all, but We Are the Truth is pretty good. So I would definitely, I guess I don't really even need to have this open, if I'm going to be honest. But, and after that, we have well, I guess it's not really rare anymore to mention this song, but Reagan by Killer Mike. Because this was from back in the day when Killer Mike was more obscure, and before, he became an absolute idiot and started supporting Bernie. Go listen to this song Reagan by Killer Mike, and then come back and try to make sense of him supporting Bernie, Like, there's a line in that song, just like the Bushes, Clinton, and Obama, just another talking head telling lies on teleprompters. Yet he started supporting Bernie. I mean, that was years later, but I've been a fan of this song, for I don't even know how long at this point. But next we have City by Hollywood Undead, my personal favorite Hollywood Undead song. But I do think their first album with Deuce, Swan Songs, is basically a perfect album, not gonna lie. I know suckers will roast, but whatever. After that, we have Dragula by Rob Zombie. After we had Pussy Liquor, you gotta have an actual Rob Zombie track from one of his legit albums, I guess. After that, we have Mother by Danzig, which, shout out to WRTP. I would have never found out about that. That track. The benefits of doing this 100% live. Ooh, but as the mother, tell your children not to walk my way. But shout out to WRTP. I would have never known about that. Next, we have a whole album. I'm not really a big grindcore fan, but I had to put World Extermination, the album by Insect Warfare, on here, just for the hell of it. Like I said, I'm not a big grindcore fan, and I wouldn't really recommend it to anybody that doesn't already like grindcore, and if you do, you probably already know about it, but it's whatever. Speaking of pretentious songs, we have Glass Prison by Dream Theater, which I think is Dream Theater's best song, at least the ones I've heard. Their songs are dummy long, though, so it's kind of like, oh. But next we have Nemesis by Arch Enemy, which, you gotta have a Arch Enemy song on here somewhere. America by Rammstein. I mean, I'm not a big Rammstein fan, but that's their best track that I've heard anyway. And we have Cycles of Suffering by Suffocation, Oblivion by Mastodon. Like, some of these are just on there just because I typed them in real fast. I'm like, whoo, lit. But these are, still the honorable mentions, which. And after this, we have Let's Get It Crackin' by Deuce, which I mentioned earlier. He's the original for Hollywood Undead. He was only there for their first album. And then he did an offshoot album called Let's Get It Crackin'. And I mean, I think it's pretty good considering it's like a rock rap album. And it's more of a purposely edgy album. But yeah. Go ahead and go listen to Let's Get It Crackin' and you'll understand what I'm saying. Like, just go to Google. Go to YouTube, type in Let's Get It Crackin', and then Deuce, Deuce. And yeah, give that a listen. We have Fight Song by Marilyn Manson, my personal favorite Marilyn Manson song. and I've been a fan of this song since I want to say around 2011. The funny part is how I came across it. I was just looking for random fight songs, like to get hype with, and this came up because that's the name of the song. After this, we have So Dope by Tech Nine. Out of all the rappers that exist, I would say Tech Nine's probably my favorite. That's still alive anyway. But then we have BYOB by System of a Down. Shout out to Morning After Kill. He's the reason that I got back into this track. And Awful Things by Lil Peep. I know some suckers might roast for that one, but I think it's a really good track, and it's literally been in my playlist. May he rest in peace. Since I mean, I didn't know about him until he died. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of the people that started listening after that, but good track. And he has some other good tracks I didn't put on the honorable mentions, like Bright Side and uh, Save That Shit ain't like that brazy, but now we have Blood Eagle by Amon Amarth, and then Snake Eyes by Amon Amarth, and then Pursuit of Vikings by Amon Amarth, which if you can't tell, you will see Amon Amarth later on this list as well. And then we have Free Fallin' by Tom Petty, which I got back into this because it was on the classic rock radio station. That I only listen to classic rock for the most part if I'm in the car just going to the store right quick, because I don't have a car with a soundboard or anything. So yeah. And then we have My Bones by Pretty Reckless and Fucked Up World by Pretty Reckless, which you'll see that band later on the list multiple times. Well, the top 10 and then favorite bands, if it wasn't obvious. And then Annihilator by Dead, or wait, no, I mix this one up. Out of all of these, this is the one where I put the fucking band before the title of the song. But Deadlock by Annihilator, which I only found out about this, I don't know, maybe like 8 months ago or so, but dummy good song. Like that song I almost put into the top 10 instead of number 10, but it's whatever. Alright. Now, I guess before I do the top 10, I'll do my top 10 or top 5 bands of all time, which it doesn't exactly match up with my top 10 songs, but like with top 10 bands of all time, you do like judge it by their entire discography and how much you like it. But my fifth favorite band is Hollywood Undead, which I know people hate on them now, but I don't care. I still vibe with even a lot of their new stuff as well. Although Swan Songs is always going to be their best album. Every track on it is pure gold. One of the very few 10 out of 10 albums out there. And number 4, we have Slayer. And number 3, we have Opeth. Number 2, Pretty Reckless. And number 1, Amon Amarth, which Amon Amarth is always pretty much going to be my favorite band of all time. Although I do think Deceiver of the Gods is still their best album, and after that they've kind of, quote, gone downhill. Like, it's still really good, but just not as good as that peak. And then Pretty Reckless and Opeth, those two switch around, but right now I'm on that Pretty Reckless kick. And then Slayer, that's my, classic go-to. And Hollywood Undead is just that when I'm feeling like a little bit different. You pop on that Gravity by Hollywood Undead. And I think of you now and then. But, alright. Now we get to the actual coup de grace. The top, this should come through on the mic pretty well. So, like I said, I'm going to play a brief clip of each song before I announce the name of it in the band. I guess, so if you guys want to guess what it is, like, just have a little fun with it. Look, I'm not playing the, because originally I was like, oh yeah, I might play the whole song, but because I don't monetize my videos or anything. But then I'm like, some of these songs are dummy long, so especially number one. But tells you how pretentious my top. No, I'm just kidding. But actually, only number one's. That's pretty much the only one that is long. But don't matter. All right, first we got number 10. This is the one that Annihilator or Deadlock. I messed it up again because of it being in the wrong order on typed on the screen. But this is the one that it could have been kicked off for that song, but this song goes dummy hard at the beginning, so I'm like, yeah. And it's like, I've never been a fan of the quote screamo lyrics. Like, I don't hate them, but none of my top 10 really have what I would be like, oh yeah, screamo lyrics. Ooh. I don't know why people complain when people say screamo, if that's the type of lyric or front man that they mean. Because it's just like, alright, but here's, even though screamo is a band, but I don't even like screamo. Like, they're pretty terrible. But alright, here we go. Number 10. Oh wait, hold up. I don't have the volume. Okay, well, if it's bad volume level, for the first one, we'll see. But I'll let it play for a little bit. Alright, I'll pause it there, because I was going to say, I'll play close to a minute of each one, but that is number 10, that's Bleed by Meshuggah. Definitely their best song, well, in my opinion. Alright, now we have number 9. Hold up. Oh wait, why did I do that? Hold up. Alright, we have number 9 coming up. Number 9, Lodge. Oh yeah, I forgot to, in the honorable mentions, obviously we have Liquid Richard and every album they put out, so. Alright, but here's, number 9. Top 10 songs of all time. That's where the front man for this band does not look like he can make those lyrics with his voice. But alright, that was number 9. That is Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr by Trivium. I could have put some of their other tracks in the honorable mentions, but like I said, I wanted to, or did I even put one of them? I guess I didn't do that, but because I was trying to keep it to one of most of the bands at least. But okay, now we have number 8. Hold up. This is okay. Well, never mind. I was about to spoil it by saying something, but I'll just go with. Well, I don't know how long the intro of the music video is, but never mind. Number 8, by the way.
Jimmy's in the back with a pocket of heart. If you listen close, you can hear him cry. Oh Lord, heaven knows we belong way down below. Sing it. Oh Lord, heaven knows we belong way down below, way down below, way down
If you can't tell, it's from one of my top 5.
Judy's in the front seat picking up trash, living on the dole, gotta make that cash. Won't be pretty, won't be sweet. She's just sitting there on her feet, singing, "Oh Lord, heaven knows we belong way down below." Go. Oh Lord, heaven knows we belong way down below. Sing, "Oh Lord, tell us so. We belong way down below."
All right. Lit. Okay, but that was Heaven Knows by Pretty Reckless, number 8, and like I said, it was it was a little bit difficult to pick which Pretty Reckless song to put in the top 10, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty much guaranteed going to be that one. Alright, so now we're on to number 7. Number 7. And if you didn't know, number 7 was actually a music video on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the frontman for this band is actually the same frontman of Five Finger Death Punch. This was his original band, and he quit this band to do Five Finger Death Punch because he said that this band would never be able to make it as big as something as Five Finger Death Punch because they were too, like, hardcore. But oh, this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003, by the way. This isn't like, you know, really old. But shout out to Morning Afterkill for introducing me to this band, by the way. We vibing. We'll let this one play a little bit longer than the other ones, low key. Alright. That was Suffocate by Moto Grader, which, as I said, Moto Grader was Ivan Moody's original band before Five Finger Death Punch, so be sure to check some of their tracks out. Alright, so the next one, number 6. You might not know what band it is, but you'll likely recognize at least the beginning. But here's the next one. Okay, hold up. That might not have been loud, because this song is quiet. Hold up, let me play that back.
The world is a vampire.
Number 6, by the way. Alright. But in case like you've only heard that song in passing before, the lyric is, despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. But I don't know, some people mix that up. But that was Bullet with Butterfly Wings by Smashing Pumpkins, which was number 6. Alright, now we're in the top 5. Alright, here's number 5. Pimps! Gotta look up my Liquid Richard playlist. Just kidding. But here's number 5. Alright. That was, well, if it wasn't obvious, Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold. Not really a big fan of them. But, yeah, that one goes dumb hard, I can't lie to you. That's why it's number 5. Now, the next song, I came across not that long ago. Like, less than a year ago. But I played it before on stream. But, this song is, like, absolute pinnacle. Oh, yeah, but I was going to mention before the one before. You can tell how pretentious a song is by how long it takes for the lyrics to start. That's just a joke that I make sometimes, but all right, here's this one. All right, that's number 4, by the way.
Against the winds with our swords in our hands, against the sea with our backs to the walls, against distress in the presence of our enemies, against the storms roaring at our faces. They'll try right now throughout the skies, epic in the flight of the cranes. The call of the mountain.
What? Oh. All right, but that was The Call of the Mountains by Elevate, and it's just in case you're trying to look it up, and for some reason it doesn't come up by just typing in The Call of the Mountains. The spelling of Elevate is Eluveitie. So, but I mean, if you just type in The Call of the Mountains, it'll be one of the options. All right, now we have number 3. We're getting into the super crazy, I don't know, picks. The super ultra pretentious picks. Alrighty. Alright. But that was Deceiver of the Gods by Amon Amarth. That was number 3, so we got 2 more. And then we'll wrap this up. So, yeah, I would say, well, I don't think I said it earlier, but with this list, like, the top 5 is basically super solidified, and then after that, like, the 10 through 6 ones that we already went through, those ones were kind of, just kind of thrown in whatever order, but, like, from Hail to the King, Call of the Mountain, Deceiver of the Gods, and then the next 2, those are, like, literally the perfect order. Like, the God sent, songs. Alright. Here's one. See, this deserves more views on the audio. I'm not gonna lie, but here's number 2. Now, let me skip because this song like change. Well, this and number 1 kind of like change up a certain part, so I definitely want to play that right quick. All right, that was that one. That was number 2. That was Drumhead Trial by Protest the Hero. Like, absolute goated song. And for our number 1 pick, the most pretentious pick ever. No, I'm just kidding. But, not 4/4 time, by the way. If you listen to 4/4 time music, kill yourself. No. That's funny, though. There's, some guy on Twitter who was like a huge stan of Queen, and I was like, dude, Queen sucks. They don't like they play some songs, most of their songs in 4/4 time. They fucking suck, and he got pissed. I was just fucking trolling the fuck out of him. But I played this song completely on stream before when we had that one chill music stream. And I already mentioned that it was my favorite song of all time, but, yeah, whatever. Yeah, let me skip out a little bit. I'm not sure. Ten and a half minute song, by the way. But, yeah. I just wanted to skip around in those last 2 right quick, because you don't get the full experience. Well, you gotta listen to the whole song, but, you know. Alright, so that is the top 10. Oh, excuse me. That was Ghost of Perdition by Opeth, the best song ever made. Not for, if your favorite song ever is in 4/4 time, I'm sorry, but, like, your taste in music is dog shit. I'm sorry. Double dog shit if it's rap or fucking hip hop or any just degenerate garbage. Not gonna lie to you. But yeah, we'll run down the top 10 again right quick in case anybody skipped to the end for whatever reason. But 10 was Bleed by Meshuggah. 9, Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr by Trivium. 8, Heaven Knows by Pretty Reckless. 7, Suffocate by Motograder. 6, Bullet with Butterfly Wings by Smashing Pumpkins. 5, Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold. 4, Call of the Mountain by Elevate. 3, Deceiver of the Gods by Amon Amarth. 2, Drumhead Trial by Protest the Hero. And 1, Ghost of Perdition by Opeth. And to run down my top 5 bands real quick one more time. Number 5, Hollywood Undead. 4, Slayer. 3, Opeth. 2, Pretty Reckless. And number 1, Amon Amarth. But as I said, Pretty Reckless and Opeth kind of switch back and forth on that list. But yeah, that's going to be it. That was our 400k view celebration. There's going to be an actual stream. Well, this is a stream right now, but you get the point. To celebrate once Outriders comes out. So, but I wanted to do something like this that wasn't just a straight up stream in celebration. So that's all. You can leave suggestions for maybe songs for me to check out or for other people to check out, or leave your top 10 down below. It's up to y'all. So, we out.